David, look at that camera right there, and if you would, and give us some thoughts on what we have here at this particular meeting. These are times that we live in, and I know that. Well, I mean, I don't, but I know some people who do regard that what we have, and then I guess really when it comes to things of that nature, whatever they may be, right? And my thought, well, again, not mine, but so many others have been in terms of that. It's what we have, and I guess when y'all come together and discuss the various things that y'all discuss. So the question comes down to this. Has it? The other thing, and thank you for giving me a little pause there because I needed some air. But the other thing that I wanted to find out with this is how in regards to what it is that we know we probably should be doing if we're not already. And some of us are. And I think we know that. And others could be. But at this particular meeting, taking back anything, something.
Well, what we're here to talk about today is collaboration and
yes,
what we can do together to gain efficiencies and be more effective at what we do and cost effective. So I think we're going to have the opportunity to learn from one another, but also find ways that we can work together to accomplish common goods.
I'm going to write that one down. All right, let me ask you what we have, and I guess really wind down this part by asking you this, Larry. What, if any, and if not, how much? I'm going to repeat that because it's two parts. But nowadays especially, what, if any, and if not, how much?
A lot. It worked.
Oh, you're hired. All right, well, as you can see, we're talking with Christy and Larry. Let me ask both of you this. Give us some thoughts on listening to what we have, other than what we have here at this particular meeting, WHA and Amy, then what we have, then I guess too, some what we have known to be somewhat concrete, and also the various changes.
Larry, why don't you start?
Yeah, Larry.
Well, I'm interested in learning more about how we can serve our patients and make it better for them in the new days coming ahead.
Absolutely, because the days will come. They always do. They always do. The other thing that I wanted to find out, the question that comes to mind, and then I've read with all what we have, then I guess, which Larry mentioned a while ago. What was your thoughts on that? Because there was so much left to be said. Sorry.
Well, I think that the thing I hope to come with is really a renewed commitment and ideas about how we can use collaboration to really work together to stretch the resources, because our resources will be limited.
It will be. They're all going to be limited. Ugh.
Yes, exactly. So we can do more together with less resources and do it more effectively, efficiently, learn from each other. So that's what I come to these conferences for.
So what I hear, or what I heard, I think, what I heard, if I'm not mistaken, and I could be, is that we have the UA, and then with health care, as a revisit, to man, then what we've seen so far, right?
Exactly.
That's correct.
Security. Now, let me ask you, combine both of that, what we have then, I guess, really with what we know to be somewhat concrete, and relegate the changes that needs to, and I guess really might be for this particular industry at that time here. Now, having said that, and I'm no idea, Grand Junction, I think, is in a position to be able to, what we have and go forth, what we have, then I guess really is enough will be quality, and also a magnet, what we've seen, and I guess really with the people. Is that about right?
I think that's true. I think in Grand Junction, in Western Colorado, we've gone beyond the concept of healthcare reform, which implies that as soon as we fix something that's wrong, everything's going to go back to being the same.
And that's what we do sometimes in Washington. I'm afraid so many times. I'm just so afraid. Ugh.
Yeah, what we really need to talk about is healthcare transformation. And
that is, you transform it to somebody else's problem. Opportunity.
it transcends politics, because regardless of what we think about transforming the healthcare system, nobody, Democratic, Republican, crazy, is going to pay us to do it the way we've been doing it.
Well, crazy will. But I think that one of the things that we need to be looking at, and I do, I mean, I look and I find sometimes, and I'll just go, there it is. All right, we're talking with Ed, and I was wanting to, you know, what we have to add to give us some thoughts on that on your part, as also, because I know over the years you've been coming here, and each year you come, they, you know, everybody else does too. So give us something that would be, and what, you know, within, right.
Thank you, Dr. Payne. Hi, I'm Ed Finley from Ray Hospital, Ray, Colorado, out by the Nebraska border. I've been a member of WHAAS, coming out here for about 9 years now. And coming that distance over the divide should tell you something. We think what goes on with this group out here has a lot of value, and it's something that we find very difficult to find over in our part of the world. I hope that you will find the offerings today of value. I know I will. We're trying to do a lot of good things on your behalf, so you can serve the people that you serve. This is the most challenging time I think I've seen in my entire career, but I think a place like WHA is a good place to deal with it, and we're dealing with it. And we need all of you to participate to help us achieve where we're trying to go, and help transform in this country what needs transforming. We have a lot of initiatives going on right now. I'm sure you'll get more details as the day progresses. There's just a lot of different things. It's hard to keep up with everything, but well, I'm sure we all feel that same pressure at work as well. But there are some very valuable lessons and some good presenters here today. I hope you'll take something from it. So have your radar tuned in.
Wow. I think everybody out there would agree with me when I say, what? I mean, I'm not saying it was long, but I do feel like if you went on any longer, I was going to have to shave. Security. But the last thing that I wanted to mention, Ralph will be in a minute, is to find out if, in fact, you know, what we have, and then I guess really has that to a nutshell. That has that been true? Several people. Well, Carolyn mentioned to me that that was the fair front, that, you know, what she was hoping for, and I was just wondering. I don't know. Does that sort of sound like Carolyn?
Oh, that's Carolyn all over the place. She's just got it all together, and she's the one that's pulled this together, and she's our leader, and we respect her immensely, and we're going to follow her wherever she goes.
Have you ever seen a program called Candid Camera?
Yes.
And what did they used to do on Candid Camera?
They film people doing crazy things, and then they show the film, right?
Did you ever dream one day that you might be on there?
I have dreamt many times that I have hoped many times that things that happened to me as a healthcare executive were really just candid camera and weren't really happening.
Well, both wishes just came true. Do you feel better now?
I do.
You won't later. Have a great year, everybody. So let me ask you, you know, what we have, and I guess really after that, and wind down by asking both of y'all this, and that is, would y'all agree or would you disagree that it looks like the time and then, you know, what we have throughout the rest of the county?
Yes.